I think it's safe to say y'all's win is probably the best of the season. How does that reflect on chemistry or just the way that you approach, a practice like today?
Yeah, I think you look at our last outing against the Spurs. Chemistry and accountability was at a high. Our energy was at a high. It's something that we have to continue to keep working on and keep talking about.
One of the things you mentioned after the game that I neglected to follow up on is you said that when you guys got into San Antonio, there was no practice schedule, but guys went and worked out on their own. Where did they do that, and how did that happen?
At the arena, we always try to get a gym for guys who want to go shoot, and so majority of the team went to shoot when we got in.
Okay.
So
Just did that on their own, or?
yeah, it's always available. It's an optional thing, and most of the guys went to go shoot. We had two groups, and so it just shows the care factor and who they are, always working on their craft.
You guys, obviously, last time you guys played Denver, you were coming off back-to-back and they had rest. But do 30-point losses stick with teams when and they're about to play the same with that opponent again?
Yeah, that's a good question. I don't think it really sticks. I think until you bring it up, because there's so many games to be played, so many pages of the book to be turned. But we can talk about that tomorrow. Also, they're coming off a back-to-back this time, so we definitely know we have to do better. Denver's one of the best teams in this league. They're well coached, and so we have to protect home.
How do you make adjustments off from a game like that at 30 points? Is it easier just because it's a lot easier to point at things that went wrong, or?
No, we didn't shoot the ball well, and you give them credit. They played well, and so there is no excuse to be able to lose like that, but it happens. You learn from it, and I think we learn from it, and we move forward. But I think no matter if you lose by 30 or if you lose by 1, there are always teaching moments, and so we'll learn from that game too.
Good in here. All right, we're gonna jump to Zoom real quick. Ian, go ahead.
Hey Jason, a question off the beaten path a little bit.
All right.
When you think of NBA rivalries, how have you seen those rivalries change, and are rivalries as big a deal as they used to be in the 90s?
That's a great question. I think there's the rivalries. When there was the Lakers, Celtics, Philly, Celtics. You look at I guess the bad blood between organizations or teams. But with so much movement and free agency, it's always changing, and so I think the rivalries have kind of gone away a little bit in the sense of, there's so much player movement these days. Teams don't really, stay together like they did in the 80s and 90s.
Stefko, go ahead.
Hey Jason, when you look at a guy like Jokic, what do you try to take away most from them and make you such a big passer? Obviously, you don't score. I mean, is there something you try to say? Well, let's limit this.
Yeah, no, he's our MVP. So it's hard. He understands how to play the game at a high level. You try to take away, a little of everything, but he puts so much pressure on because he knows how to pass at a very high level. And just understand he can stretch you out, he can shoot the three, he can put you in the post. So, and there hasn't been anything he hasn't seen. So you just try to make it tough on him and make him work on the defensive end.
That'll do it. Thanks for your time today,
All right,
Jason.
thanks
Appreciate
guys.
you.
Have a good Sunday.
Thank you.
Thank you.